Need supplies? See Bellathor at his store. Sleazy. Good stuff.
I've never been a sellsword. Never traded my skills for pay. I've always adventured on my own terms.
Divines bless you. May the ground you walk quake as you pass.
You can't hide.
Don't even think about it. May the gods watch over your battles, friend. I must have misheard you. I thought you asked me to help you trap a dragon in my palace. Of course. You already saved Whiterun from that dragon. I owe you a great deal. But I don't understand. Why let a dragon into the heart of my city when we've been working so hard to keep them out? Alduin, the World Eater himself. But how can we fight him? Doesn't his return mean it's the end times? I didn't say anything about giving up. Now what's this nonsense about trapping a dragon in my palace? I want to help you, Dragonborn, and I will. But I need your help first. Do you think the Stormcloaks will sit idle while this dragon is slaughtering my men and burning down my city? No. I can't risk weakening the city while we are under the threat of enemy attack. I'm sorry. Then I would be glad to help you with your mad dragon-trapping scheme, but getting both sides to agree to a truce will be difficult at this point. The bitterness has gone too deep. Maybe. What of the Greybeards? They are respected by all Nords. High Hrothgar is neutral territory. If the Greybeards were willing to host a peace council, then maybe Ulfric and Tullius would have to listen. Aye, Dragonborn. Maybe you can stop the dragons and this war in the bargain. Now, if you don't mind, I've got a city to keep.
Divines smile on you, friend.
I might just be a servant among lords, but don't think for a moment I don't take my duties as seriously as the Jarl himself takes his.
Ain't nobody hiding.
Whiterun is such a beautiful city. Have you ever seen the likes of this place?
I've been looking for you. Got something I'm supposed to deliver. Your hands only. Let's see here. I have a letter here from Quintus Navale in Windhelm. He said it was urgent. Looks like that's it. Got to go.
I'd be dead if not for Vignar. Took me in. Think you can steal from...
Have you been bringing the battle to the Silver Hand? Friend? I wish I could be there with you. Soon enough.
You're a bad sneak. You're not creeping up on anybody. Like that. You're not getting anything. You're not getting any.
Skill says that I have the strength of Ysgramor, and my brother has smarts.
I've been tending to the warriors of your Vaskr for as long as I can remember.
Looking for my husband, Nazim? Check the girl's backside. That's usually where he stuffs himself these days.
Tired of bread and stew? Had enough of fish and fowl? Treat yourself and your kin to a choice cut of steak or a tender rack of...
By the great Eorlund, Eomain himself. Please tell me you have news of my son.
Chops and steaks fit for a Jarl. Come and see. My selection of the finest ornaments.
Bits and baubles for sale. All crafted by the best black...
You know what's wrong? Skyrim these days, everyone is obsessed with death.
I work for Bellathor at the General Goods Store.
When I was young,
Nope,
I with my
sorry.
father on hunting
Nothing.
expeditions into Morrowind. The cliff racers made for excellent sport.
Yes?
People say Skyrim is one of the most dangerous places in Tamriel. I think they're wrong. It's magnificent, and I'm proud to call it home. My mother was a strong woman. She's the one who instructed me on my sword fighting techniques. Can you imagine? My mother was a strong woman. She's the one who instructed me on sword fighting techniques. Can you imagine?
Arnbjorn is safe. Excellent. Once again, you've proven yourself a born assassin. Tell you what, why don't you hold on to Shadowmere a while longer? He's a fine steed, and hasn't been ridden nearly as much as he should lately. And now that this Cicero mess has been mopped up, we can get back to the matter at hand, There's just one more target before we strike out at the Emperor. Have you by chance heard of the Gourmet? Read his cookbook? It's become quite a phenomenon. The Gourmet is scheduled to cook for the Emperor at a special dinner. You'll kill him, steal his writ of passage, and assume the role of Master Chef. Festus has been spearheading this part of the assassination plan. He's close to uncovering the identity of the Gourmet. You should report to him. Kill well, and often.
There you are. Look, I just wanted to say thanks for coming to find me back in Dawnstar. Crazy Jester finally met his match, am I right? Let me guess. Astrid failed to mention I'm her husband? She has a tendency to do that. Doesn't want the others thinking she plays favorites.
Stay safe.
There you are. Took your sweet time dealing with Cicero, eh? Now let's get down to business. Astrid told you about the Gourmet, I hope. Quite so. But first, you'll need to learn who he is. Assuming, of course, that the Gourmet actually is a he. Could be a woman, for all we know. You know, maybe I was wrong about you after all. Anyone who's smart enough to shut up and listen can't be all bad. In my, investigations, I came upon this. It's a copy of the Gourmet's cookbook, but not just any copy. It's signed, you see. Seems to be a message from the Gourmet to one Anton Varan. I've tracked Varan to the keep in Markarth. It would seem he's the cook. I believe so. Therefore, you are to obtain that information from Varan, who the Gourmet really is and where he can be found. Oh, and when you're done with Varan, kill him. Loose ends and all that. Next, you'll have to... Are you still paying attention? As I was saying, you'll need to kill the Gourmet, of course. But what's more, you'll need to get his writ of passage, so you can take his place. Oh, and if you can, hide his body. The longer it takes for anyone else to determine his real identity, the better. Now off with you. Nobody knows his true identity. Well, nobody except Gaius Morrow, and you've already taken care of him. Well, I do know the Gourmet was classically trained in traditional Breton cuisine in High Rock, so that's where he must have met Anton Varan. In any event, our anonymous chef shares a passion for food with all of Tamriel, and that anonymity will prove the Emperor's undoing. Uncommon Taste. It was published a few years ago and became a sensation throughout the Empire almost overnight. The recipes were hailed as both practical and decadent. I've made a few of the Gourmet's dishes myself, actually. His roast mutton with regard berry sauce is to die for. But his chocolate pâté gives me the runs. Remember, the Markarth Keep. That's where you'll find Anton Varan, probably cooking up all of the Gourmet's recipes